This is Hot Takes with Nick and Justin, and me looking over the previous NFL games that went down, and reviewing
Preview.
beforehand.
Yeah.
Previewing the
Previewing.
Panthers Saints game and Browns and Steelers game. Let's start off first with the Thursday Night Football.
Yeah.
Eagles Vikings. What are your thoughts?
The main thing about that game is just the fumbles. I mean, they fumbled 4 times that game. I know Kirk, Justin Jefferson, Madison had a fumble. I mean, if they don't put the ball down on the ground, they win that game. I feel like. I mean, Jefferson catches that ball and goes in the end zone.
It's not even really his fault.
He got hit. I don't feel like he should have extended the ball, but and then Kirk said, if Kirk would have thrown like a perfect pass, if he could have, that probably was a touchdown if he hits him in stride. But I mean, the Eagles they forced the fumbles, and they deserve the win for running the turnover battle. But that offense of the Eagles, their passing game is not clicking right now.
Besides Devontae Smith.
Yeah, I know they can run the ball. I think DeAndre Swift gives him and Kenneth Gainwell are going to be very good a combination with that offensive line and Jalen Hurts. But I don't know, that passing game got to get some work. They got to find a way to get A.J. Brown involved more. That's just unacceptable. 4 catches for 29 yards as your number one receiver. I mean, you have to get involved. But they won. They're 2-0. They play the Bucks. I think that Bucks game is gonna be a pretty good game. Them Bucks Monday night next week.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, 4 turnovers to 1. How many it was? That's why the Eagles won the game. What are your thoughts?
I want to talk about one player in specific who has just been tearing it up, and he's a rookie.
Who's that?
Bijan Robinson. He is
We're
ridiculous.
jumping all the way to Sunday now.
I think. Well, do you want to let's go over your main. Who made that huge step or that rookie that is just going crazy this year?
Oh, this year? Puka Nacua.
Yeah.
I mean, some people thought that. I don't know. I saw a TikTok video. He was the most versatile player. That's what someone was saying. Out of BYU. Fell 5th round, but man, I will say, if you are the number one receiver for the Rams, you will get 25 targets a game. I mean, it happened with Cooper Kupp. He caught 145 balls. I saw last year Cooper Kupp's stats in 9 games had 75 catches.
That's not even
That's not mad. That's
not even realistic.
Puka Nacua already has 25 catches in 2 games.
2 games.
That's what's that? 12.5 per game he's caught. I don't even know how many targets he has. But him and I think another one, Dalton Kincaid. I know his stats aren't the flashiest for the Bills, but I think just him using the underneath routes. I think once he gets involved, the Bills' offense is going to be very, very good. And Jordan Addison, who is a deep play waiting to happen. What do you have?
For me, I think my main ones are. I mean, obviously Swift. Swift's a great player right now.
Are you talking about just rookies or just players right now?
I said rookies and players.
Oh, rookies and players.
Yeah. Swift. I mean, AR's been pretty good.
He might want. I hate that guy hurt. He might win offensive player of the year, offensive rookie.
Yeah. MVP Bijan so far.
For
or not MVP. Sorry.
Rookie of the year.
Yeah, rookie of the year. Bijan's probably in the lead so far.
Yeah. I mean, he is so shifty when he gets the ball in his hands.
I didn't really I knew he was gonna be good, but I didn't think he was gonna be that good.
That's why he was the top running back since Saquon coming out of the draft. I mean, the way he moves with the ball in his hand, there was some plays yesterday where he ran the ball. It looked like it should be 4 yards, and he turns it to 8, 10. And then I'm getting some games. We'll talk about what happened.
Also, one more side note.
Yeah.
Micah Parsons is just
Oh, he's an animal. He might be. Oh, he might be better. I think he might be better than Donald by the time his career ends.
Oh, 100%.
I feel like
100%, in my opinion.
they play 2 different positions, But that's the way I feel like.
He's basically like I don't know. He's just like
he's so good.
he can just do whatever.
He might. It's not ridiculous to say he might break the single season record for sacks.
That's not crazy at all.
Yeah, and he might have over 20.
He might do it this year.
Dude, he might do this year. How many he's got?
He's a lot. He got a few last night.
And I got 2. Zach Wilson stinks, by the way. That man's awful. He's got 3 sacks already in 2 games.
It's just not even fair.
I feel like he's already a 2-time All-Pro, 2-time Pro Bowler.
Mm-hmm.
He's already Defensive Rookie of the Year. He almost won DPO. He's been DPOI twice in voting second. I don't think it's crazy to say that. I don't think it's crazy to say that he might be better than Donald.
That's not crazy.
Donald might be the best D-tackle. He's the best passer, I think, in the 2010s. Just by... I gotta check that. I'm gonna fact check myself.
If Parsons keeps it up, like, he could really be, like, Hall of Fame level.
I think Donald might be the best. Him and J.J. Watt are, like, the 2 best, I feel like, in the 2010s. I feel like he's gonna be the next all-time great. He's gonna be, like, the best pass rush in the 2020s, I feel like.
Yeah. Micah Parsons reminds me of, like, they're both, well, one of them's a different position, like a Brian Dawkins, like a Luke Kuechly.
Like, just the way, like, how he leads the defense.
Yeah, like, Brian Dawkins is, like...
He was the leader of that team.
Yeah, and Luke Kuechly was just smart, like, really smart. Like, I don't even know explain, like... I've never seen a defensive player like Micah Parsons in a long time. Like, it's incredible how good he is.
Let's get in some games.
Yeah,
Bengals. I'm surprised. I'm not really surprised by the Bengals because they did this last year.
Yeah.
But I mean, their offense has not been clicking. They clicked in the second half. But I don't know what's going on with them. They gotta start turning it up a little bit. They gotta get Joe Mixon the ball. I feel like more. 13 carries. I don't feel like it's enough for Joe Mixon. And the defense keeps him in games. It's just Lamar Jackson though. That ball to Nelson Aguilar. I cannot say his name. But just a perfect pass, whatever. I forget what kind of pass it was. But it was just right in the money, touchdown. And then yeah. Not a great start for the Bengals.
They did this last year though, and then they made the AFC Championship. So.
But
you never know.
This AFC now it's like a lot more competitive now. I feel like they gotta start. Who they play next week? Who do they play next week? They play the Rams on Monday night, so they gotta win that game. They go 0-3. I'll be a little worried. I'll be a lot worried about that team.
Mm-hmm.
Chiefs game, Chiefs Jags, probably one of the biggest games of the week. Sloppy, not sloppy, but defensive game.
Yeah.
I would say. I thought Cavalry almost caught that ball in the back of the end zone to give them a chance to tie the game. But it was just a defensive game. Travis Kelce comes back.
Gets a touchdown.
Sky Moore had a good game, 3 for 70 for the TUD. And then Chris Jones made an impact coming back, just getting after the quarterback and doing his thing.
Yeah. I'm kind of surprised about the Jaguars. Trevor Lawrence looks pretty good.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's a reason why he was the most touted quarterback coming out since Andrew Luck. I mean, he's got a cannon. He can move. He's got the height. And he's got the hair. That's a luscious low. I mean, that thing. You talk about just hair. Oh. The Bears Bucks. Justin Fields not in, I don't think.
What'd you say?
Justin Fields. He just does not impress.
Yeah, it was funny too because people, I think last year were comparing him to Jalen Hurts, and I was like, no.
I mean, it's just the offense. The offense is not good. I mean, you get DJ Moore, and you expect it to be better with Donna Mooney, Claire Herbert, but it's awful.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, DJ Moore had a great game, 6 for 104. But it's like there's no how much did they run for? Gotcha.
Not a lot.
There's no running game against. I get Vita Vea. It's one of the best run stoppers.
It feels like the Bears to me are like it's just like a bunch of pieces that are not connecting.
I don't think they're the right coach or offense coordinator.
Like they are like they have the players. It's just their chemistry is just not there.
I mean, you pay Tremaine Edmonds a bunch of money. That defense has to play better. But going to the team that actually won the game, the Bucks.
Baker Mayfield looked.
I was watching that game. Baker looks great, man.
Yeah, I know he looks good.
Mike, I don't.
Mike Evans is
Mike
gonna get
Evans
another
looks
1K season.
so good.
Yeah, he's gonna get another 1K season.
I mean, Baker's feeding him the ball. I don't think he really did. How did Chris Godwin go? Because I think once they start getting, did Chris Godwin have a good game?
58 yards.
If they start getting him more involved, I feel like he gets more in that like 70, 80 range of like receiving yards, and Mike Evans like stays in the bathroom at like 100, 90 to 100. I think it could be a great game. I feel like it could be a good team.
Mm-hmm.
It just depends on how Baker plays still, because they got the talent. They got the I feel like they got some good defensive players. Vita Vea, Antoine Winfield, Jamal Dean, Shaq Barrett, Levante David, Devin White.
Levante David is just like
Devin White is like up and down. People think he's a great linebacker. People think he's not so good.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, they got a good. It's just if Baker keeps playing like he is right now, they will win that division.
Yeah, it will look good for them.
But you know what Baker does? It gets you all the way
Like
up the top step.
Yeah.
And they
Isn't
kicks
it like
down
a thing that like
steps.
he goes down, like he goes like this for like 3 weeks and then he just like stops? I think that's.
I feel like he has the highest of highs. He plays like that, and then for some reason, he plays a terrible game.
Yeah.
It was kind of like what he had
And
with
then
the
he
Rams.
can like never recover. Like once he plays a terrible game,
They're
it's just,
taking like 3 weeks to recover.
yeah, like it's just
Like, I wanted Kyle Trask on that job because I felt like I want to see what Kyle Trask has. Baker Mayfield's showing me up right now. I love it. Because I think Baker, I don't think he was in the right situation in Cleveland.
mm-hmm.
They had a terrible coach, first off, of Freddie Kitchens and Hugh Jackson. Then Kevin Stefanski. I mean, he was great 11 games for Kevin Stefanski, and then they tried using him with a torn whatever it was in his shoulder. They told him to throw 60 times, which was awful. And then, yeah, that's all I got on the Bucks and the Bears.
I was just looking at the standings, like
A lot of 1-1 teams.
yeah, well, for the AFC, that's what I was about to say. The NFC looks so strong. Like they have the 49ers, the Cowboys, the Eagles, who are all 2-0.
I did not expect the Cowboys to be this great to start off the season. Like their defense
are like they're ridiculous.
Their defense might be.
If they keep this
they're
up,
gonna
their defense is gonna be one of the best. In like
if they
2000s.
keep this they keep turning the ball, they keep getting picks and fumbles and sacking the guys like this and just not letting them score. Then but
the amount of fumbles they're getting.
we'll see though by the time in 7 weeks how great their defense really is because they played Zach Wilson.
Yeah, they just look like they all have been playing together for like.
Oh yeah, they have. They've been that Dan Quinn is a not very good, a great defensive coordinator, one of the best. They play the Cardinals next week, so they should be able to keep doing their thing.
Cardinals didn't look. Well, I mean,
Joshua Dobbs is looking pretty good.
Yeah, I guess it was against the Giants, but
Giants came back though. Saquon though avoided a major injury, which is very good.
yeah. I was about to ask you what happened.
So they ran him up the middle with like a minute 19 left in the game.
And his ankle twisted.
Yeah, and his ankle twisted, and they said he like avoided like something like tearing something in his. He like avoided like a high ankle. Something. I know he sprained his ankle, but I think he avoided like the high ankle sprain. I think it's just a regular sprain, which is obviously you don't want no one to get hurt, but it's great that he won't miss a ton of weeks of football.
Mm-hmm.
But what else? Oh, the Bills, best team in the league. I'm joking.
No.
I'm joking.
Absolutely not.
Do not take anything I say seriously. But
Josh
Allen
Allen had a good bounce back.
Oh, great! He had a great bounce back. All people were calling in on a Buffalo show, WJR, saying Josh Allen should be benched. That's ridiculous. He showed why he's a top 5 quarterback in the league yesterday.
And
The
also, James Cook is making it.
James Cook had the whole running system had a heck of a game yesterday. You can tell the difference of the offensive line by the two guards they have. Connor McGovern, Osiris Torrance. They've been playing pretty good football. Because last year, Ryan Bates, who was a decent guard, he's a backup. You have Robert Saffold, who stunk last year. And you can just see the difference by having two good guards. And they push the line up, they create holes, you get big runs. And that's what happened. And their tackles played. Spencer Brown had probably one of his best games. Not one of his best. He had a good game, I like to say. Against Max Crosby is one of the best. Would you say Max Crosby is one of the best DNs in the league?
Yes.
He held him zeros. He held him. Josh Allen could not even feel. Could not even feel his force. What's going on, man?
I don't.
But yeah, Max Crosby did nothing against Josh Allen and Spencer Brown. But that offensive line played well. The D line, Josh Jacobs well. He was an Alabama guy.
He doesn't look good.
I mean, he didn't practice all the time, but they had 2 yards. The Bills' rushing defense after what happened with Breece Hall? Are you kidding me?
Breece Hall is he makes me mad. So, the Jets just make me mad. 4 carries.
You see what he put on Twitter? He put 4 emojis.
I know. I mean, on one side of the coin, you kind of believe what he said. But on another side of the coin, you think he's just, not being a team player.
I mean, you have Dalvin Cook, so you expect, them to split.
But Dalvin Cook hasn't been good for,
Dalvin Cook was good last year. He's been good his whole career.
I think Breece Hall's better.
I do, too.
But then why at the same time?
I think they're just trying to get him into the system.
I don't understand. Injury. It's just so... I'm biased also because he's on my fantasy team and I started him and he had 0.9 points.
That's not good.
But it's just annoying because every time I saw a play, I'm like, oh, there's Dalvin Cook. I'm like, why are you running? It's not working.
Also, I feel like the Jets came out with a plan to run Breece Hall, and Breece Hall did break away from a couple. Breece Hall should have been tackled against the Bills a couple times for 2 yards. But he made 2 great plays with 2 cutbacks, and he had a great game during the Bills.
The only thing I feel like that could have happened is they didn't run much because of his injury.
That's what I feel like too, because last week he got he should have had 90-something yard touchdown last week, and then he just kind of.
Well, I think he just ran out of breath.
He did.
I think he just gassed out.
Also, Zach Wilson being the leading rusher. I thought Zach Wilson would be a little better. Heck, what do I know? He stinks again.
I don't know if it's
the offensive line does stink.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I don't know if it's
the Bills got after.
I don't know. It's either. I don't know if their offensive line stinks to be exact. I think it's just Micah Parsons making them look
and that D-line. That D-line is very good. But also the Bills were able just to get after him so easily last week.
And then you wonder why Aaron Rodgers got hurt because they can't protect a quarterback.
The reason why is because their offensive line coordinator offensive line coach likes to do these blocks where you try to make them fall, you go after their legs, but they didn't do that. They didn't do that correct. And that's how Aaron Rodgers got hit twice, and the one led up to him tearing his Achilles. And there's reports saying he will come back for the playoffs.
That is so false.
Cam Akers did that 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
And now look what happened.
But Cam Akers was 22 when that happened.
Aaron Rodgers is 40.
Yeah.
And he's a quarterback. Well, I guess Cam Akers is a running back, but, are the Jets going to make the playoffs?
I don't think so. Garrett Wilson did break away.
Garrett Wilson's turning into one of my favorite players to watch. He is so fun to watch.
Sauce Gardner, deleted X, because people saying that CeeDee Lamb caught 11 balls on him. There's a stat saying he only caught 4 passes.
Yeah, but CeeDee
Lamb's very good. He's a great receiver.
Everybody expected him to kind of.
Sauce Gardner should have had a pick 6 in that game. He should have had a pick 6. It was a ball on the sideline. Dak throws it. I think it was near the end of the first half. After the Jets score a touchdown, they're driving. I think it was a flat route. I forget to who. But Sauce Gardner should have picked that off and should have went for 6, and that could have changed the game. Mm-hmm. But then he dropped it. They go on to score. Now they play the Patriots, which the Patriots own the Jets and own Zach Wilson.
The Patriots they look pretty good. They don't look bad. That's for
Cole
sure.
Strange is the best receiver in their history.
The Patriots don't look bad, and that's like nobody can take that away. Is they definitely don't look bad, but they don't look like amazing.
Mac Jones just is not. I don't like Mac Jones.
I don't think he's bad. I really don't. People said that because of the Eagles' defense being weak.
He threw a bad ball to Devontae Parker on the sideline, which I don't know why he threw it. I mean, the guy was out of bounds. You should never throw the ball, and some guy stepped out of bounds. But you can't tell that. But there's one team though I really want to talk about. The Chargers. They stink.
They stink.
Keenan Allen's very good. My dad had him on his fantasy team.
Justin Herbert's really good.
So they keep choking games, though. Did he have Herbert 27, 41, 305, 2 tuds? Did he fumble at all? I gotta check this.
Like, they just... I don't know what's wrong
No
with them.
fumbles.
Their
The
offense, though,
defense.
like,
The
their
defense.
offense is good. It's just their defense.
They drive the ball. They have the ball in the red zone, and Justin Herbert gets sacked to tie the game. They tie the game, though. They do tie it. But it's like that stuff, man. Like, they don't finish games. They just let the game go to waste. It's awful because they're going to waste Justin Herbert's career. I think Justin Herbert's a top 7, top 8 quarterback in the league.
He could be top 5.
He could be. It's just, if the team could just close. Like, Justin Herbert, yeah, took some blame last week like he should have. Because he just did not close the game when he had a chance to win it.
But it's not even... This game was not even his fault. He did everything.
He did have the ball first in overtime. That is something to say. He had the ball first. They
Yeah,
did.
but then again, who got them to overtime?
He did.
I don't... No,
'Cause-
like, I'm saying, like...
Oh.
Who should have been winning the game? Like, if we went back, who would you think that should have won that game? The Chargers, like, I think, in my opinion, the Chargers should have won that game.
I mean,
If you, like,
they somehow, they find a way to just...
here's how I think about it.
Blow.
You can't blame the quarterback in overtime when the defense, to begin with, was the one who kind of got them there. The offense had it, like, pretty much almost the whole game, and then the defense just kind of let them...
I mean, they had a scored. I mean, they scored a touchdown at the end of the game. They would have won, but I mean, they need to figure it out. And Brandon Staley gets asked a question: do you think the Jacksonville loss is carrying over? He says no, it is, because you guys can't close games right. You guys have never been able to close a game under the Brandon Staley era. They have not. Going from the Raiders game where they should have made the playoffs a couple years ago, when the Raiders made it. Man, like, it was like the game where like they could have tied. Both teams would have won in. The Jaguars playoff game. And the past 2 games, man, it's over and over again. They need to fire him, I feel like. I don't think he's a good head coach. He's a good defensive coordinator. I don't think he's a good head coach. They need to find someone new.
Yeah,
But the Seahawks, they played. I didn't watch it much of that game, but
Geno looked pretty
Geno
good.
Smith had another soundbite. He said, "I was talking to America here." That was pretty funny.
Geno Smith looked pretty good, though.
He did. He did do one terrible play, which was on 3rd and 18, and he has it. He's running around. He takes a sack at his own 4-yard line. They punt. Game goes to overtime. But Goff finally threw his first pick after throwing like 400-something attempts without throwing a pick. But yeah, the Lions play the Falcons, and then the Seahawks play someone. And then
We can get... Do you want to get into Monday Night Football?
yeah, and the Falcons won.
Do you,
But,
so, Saints, Panthers, who you got?
I think Bryce Young is going to step up to the field, but I think the Saints are going to want to take this game. I think Bryce Young has a good game, but I don't think the defense has an answer for because J.C. Horn's out, which is huge. So who's a starting corner? Who's a top corner? Dante Jackson
Jonathan Jackson.
and C.J. Henderson? Someone else? Remember when Stephon Gilmore was a Panther? I forgot about that.
Yeah. Yeah, because...
The trade. But yeah, I feel like someone's gonna what the heck? I feel like Bryce Young's gonna have a good game. He's gonna throw for 250, 2 tuds and a pick.
Really?
I do against that defense. I think he does. I think they get some kind of running game with Chuba Hubbard and Miles Sanders, but I have Derek Carr, and that I think the defense makes a key play in the 4th quarter with a pick. I think they steal the game.
Yeah, for me, like I feel like Bryce Young wants to step up, but the offensive line is just so bad. Like it is. If you watch the game tonight,
Yeah.
which I'm assuming you will,
Oh, definitely. Well, come on, it's football.
yeah, watch the line, because it's embarrassing.
I think Jonathan Mingo has a big game. I do feel like. I think he's gonna have a big game. The rookie wide receiver. But who do you think takes it? Who do you think takes
Saints.
this one? Saints.
Saints. They're like the Saints are like they are not a great team, but they're better than the Panthers in every way.
I mean, they're a good team. And then
The only one like Chris Olave is great.
Michael Thomas is good.
Yeah, how's he doing? He's back?
He's back.
But how's he like? Is he doing well or?
I mean, I think he caught a couple passes.
Yeah, five receptions, 8 targets, 61 yards. Pretty good. I mean, as long as he's doing his job with his slants, then then he'll be fine. But
And what do you have for Browns Steelers?
I mean, that's a tough game.
Divisional game, tough rivalry in Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh like owns the
Yinzers.
Browns, but then again, the Browns are looking pretty decent. So
The defense looks great. The offense, not so much. I think Miles Garrett has a big game again. And I think both Miles Garrett and TJ Watt have big games. That's what I think. I think it's going to be the power battle of the pass rushers.
do you think TJ Watt's gonna like? What are your sack predictions? Do you think they're each
One and
gonna,
a half. 1.5 for TJ and a forced fumble.
and
Myles
forced
Garrett-
fumble really?
He had 2 last week. And Miles Garrett, 2 sacks. 2 sacks and I don't know, a quarterback hit and a tackle for loss. That's what I think. Because he's going up against a rookie right now, I'm pretty sure. Miles Garrett is. And what's his name? TJ Watt is TJ Watt. He's very good. Great. All elite.
I mean,
But
yeah,
I
TJ
think the
Watt
key. Which quarterback plays great today?
just better or great?
Better.
Better than last.
Which receiver steps up for any team? What receiver steps up from George Pickens and Amari Cooper? Who steps up in the game? I feel
Amari
like
Cooper.
I know. I mean, like the cast around, like which receiver besides those two show up? Like Deontay Johnson,
Oh, okay,
Or
okay, yeah.
Elijah Moore, whoever else receiver is.
Elijah Moore could. I
Great
feel like
slot receiver. Who's their receivers? Stats.
Elijah Moore. I feel like could just because his time at the Jets was pretty good, but Allen Robinson,
Good game.
he could. I think he could step up.
I feel like Deontay Johnson's gonna be the X factor in this game.
I think Allen Robinson will be.
Really think he'll be? And for the Browns, I think David Njoku's gonna be the X factor for the Browns.
Isn't he a tight end?
Yeah.
Tight end for them, yeah. Because he was predicted to be pretty good, and then week one he kind of.
He's a good tight end, but I feel like the Steelers take this though.
Mhm.
I feel like Watson makes 1 or 2 bad decisions while Kenny Pickett keeps it clean. I think Pittsburgh wins at least 24-16. That's how I feel.
That's a good prediction.
That's a great prediction.
Wait, and then what did we say last week for? Didn't we put a prediction in for
Oh, yeah, we
the
did do-
Panthers game or something? I think it was only the Panthers we did.
I don't think. No, we didn't do any Monday night games. I don't think. I think we
No,
just
no,
did some-
last week, week 1.
Oh, last week? Did we do that?
I'm pretty sure we did.
No,
I
I
remember.
think we did week 2.
I'm almost positive we did a prediction for the first Panthers game because I remember. I think I put a prediction for like 21-17 or something. But what was
You know what
it?
sucks though? Travis Hunter being out for a couple weeks.
Yeah,
That's a
that
cheap
hit.
shot.
Yeah,
You
that
have to
hit
watch.
was-
Do you
that
stay
hit
up to
was
watch
not
that
even-
game?
I didn't, but I watched like the highlights.
I stayed up till 2:00 in the morning to watch that football game.
That was an amazing game.
It
Though.
was an amazing game.
It was so worth watching.
And of course, I go to Washington Saturday to go to the Bills Commanders game. So I'll be there, front row, not front row, but like in the end zone. I'll be in the end. I'll be near the end zone place. So if you see me on TV,
Well, no, it's from
from me,
yeah.
I'll be sticking out with a red Bills jersey in the. Well, I forget what side of the end zone we're on. Of course, we leave at 2:00, and all the great games for college football come out at 3:30. I mean, did you see this college football schedule this week?
I did.
It's
It's stacked.
It's great. Ohio State, Notre Dame, Oregon State, Washington State,
Alabama, Ole Miss.
Utah, UCLA, Colorado, Oregon, Oklahoma, Cincinnati, Florida, Clemson, Iowa, Penn State. I mean, just talk about
It's stacked.
It's stacked.
Do you want to let's
Let's wrap this thing up.
Yeah,
there's a deal actually just happened in baseball. Breaking news, by the way. Tampa Bay just got a new stadium deal.
Interesting.
So they're gonna get a new stadium
I don't like their stadium
downtown St. Petersburg, Florida.
Let's put in some final. Oh, we didn't even put in our
what?
our hidden because we did for Pittsburgh and Cleveland, like the hidden stars. Who do you think is going to be like a hidden star in Panthers Saints on both teams?
Jonathan Mingo, Panthers. Hidden star for the Saints. I'm gonna pick a defensive guy. So I've been picking offense, defense. Hidden star. Which one guy could be You know what? My favorite guy to use in Madden, Pistol Pete Warner. He's gonna have a great game. I love Pistol Pete Warner.
For me, I think Laviska Shenault is gonna have a good game. I don't know why. I just have that feeling. I think, like you said, Bryce Young's gonna kind of.
Him a Pete Warner Paulson to be a Debo for me, corner for the Saints.
I'm not really sure why I think that, but I just feel like
They're gonna use him. I think I use him everywhere. Running back,
Yeah.
slot, maybe fullback. I don't know.
And then my Saints prediction, I'm not really sure, to be honest. There's not much to choose from.
Not much to choose from. I just choose Pete Warner. That guy's a great player.
I think I'm just gonna.
Ohio State Buckeye, Pete Warner. Maybe Taysom Hill play some snaps.
I was thinking about saying him, but I didn't.
A couple years ago, I paid $40 million to be a quarterback. But if he was a tight end, he would not get $40 million. He became a tight end.
I'm gonna say for the Saints, I'm gonna say their defense.
Defense? Yeah, just the whole defense. Is that just the whole defense?
I think the whole defense is gonna even though
have a
they're
good
not,
game. They have a good game.
Yeah, they're gonna have a good game. Even though I just said that Laviska's gonna have a good game, I think.
They can be both.
Yeah, I think it's just gonna be not a close game. I think it's gonna be within 2 scores.
Oh, 2 scores.
2 scores or a field goal, or a score and a field goal.
Pete Warner has a pick 6. I predict because he's Pete Warner and he's a great player. He's not great. He's a good linebacker. I love Pistol Pete though. That guy makes so many plays for me.
Let's put our final predictions. Saints, Panthers. I got the Saints. I got
the Saints.
I'm gonna say 21. I'm gonna say 21-10.
I got.
No. 21-17.
I got 28. I got 28. 28-17. I got. And then for the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Browns, what do you got?
Browns and Steelers. It's a tough one. I think it's gonna be a close game.
Yeah.
It might be a low-scoring game.
Low scoring.
Might be.
Maybe.
If the Browns defense does what they've been doing, I think it's gonna be a low-scoring game. But it's gonna be close.
Close.
I'm gonna say for their game, I'm gonna say 21 or 14. 14-17.
Who wins?
Cleveland.
Clear. I got Pittsburgh. 21-18. I think.
It's a good score.
Field goal wins the game.
I think it's a really good score
Pittsburgh
prediction.
put the Yinzers in their bed for a good night's sleep. They're gonna have a good game.
Yep.
Gonna be playing Renegade all the time.
All right. Well.
We're done.
Yeah. That was episode 3. We're getting up there. What we had last year? We had 20, 30.
Yeah.
We had a lot of episodes.
Forced my mom. And I showed this to my mom. My mom said, "I'm going to bed, Nick." I'm like, "Oh, thanks."
Yeah.
That's not 4 minutes. I was like, "Oh, thanks." I did show the joke on this maybe Wanda Franca. That was.
Yeah.
Don't joke about that. Sorry, Mom. I have to.
All right. This is Nick and Justin. Hot takes and Nick
Hot
and Justin.
takes.
And we'll be back next time.
Yeah.